What's up, everyone? This is Cardfight Destiny here for another deck profile, and hey, I don't have character sleeves for once. Starting off with this whole deck profile is Spring-Heralding Maiden Ozu, or Oz as I'll call her from now on. And I run two of her. Okay. So yeah, I'm doing the, this is the Nectar Trial Deck 1.0 deck profile, and it will be this way for a while, because unfortunately, we're not getting any Nectar support until May. Yeah, because this month is Generation Booster 1, next month is Generation Extra Booster 1, and the Aquaforce Trial Deck, and then the following month is the Generation Booster 2. Anyway, I went off topic real quick. Anyway, getting to Oz's skill and the reason why I run 2, well, the reason why I run 2 I'll get to in a little bit. But, Oz's skill, and look at how adorable she is. But, yeah, Oz's skill is, Generation Break 1. You counterblast 1, you put this unit into your soul, you choose one of your other grade 2 or less rearguards, search your deck for one card with the same name as this unit, call it to rearguard circle, and shuffle your deck. Same name as that unit, excuse me. Call it to rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. I run 2 for 2 reasons. 1, to deal with Kagero's bullshit with Gatling Claw Dragon, and 2, because other stuff I'll get into in a minute. But before I get into that, let's get to triggers. I run 4 crits, because crit triggers, and because I love this crit triggers artwork. It's probably one of my favorite crit triggers in a long time. 4 draws, because draw engine. 4 heals, I confused you all because I'm going to heal triggers next. Ancient Fairy because Ancient Fairy Dragon and because heal triggers. And then, of course, ending it all with probably one of the best triggers I've seen in a long time, because its skill is freaking god. 4 stands. Yeah, these stands are going to be staying in the deck. Maiden of Daybreak. Her skill, Generation Break 1. So you have to have G units active to do this. Put this unit on top of your deck. When this unit is placed on rearguard circles, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units. Choose 2 of your units with the same name as that unit, and those units get power plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. This is the hollow trigger you get in the deck. The other stand trigger I don't have anymore. I didn't like for obvious reasons. Because usually stands are disgusting, but this stand is god. Ignore any barking you hear. That's my dogs going crazy at the people cleaning up the roads. Because it's mountains of snow right now. Anyway, so yeah, this stand trigger is amazing. I love it, and it looks really nice. Getting onto your grade 1s, we have the best perfect guard in the game, 100% orange. Because A, that name, and B, well, she's adorable. Yeah, I have a weakness to adorable things if all my Bermuda Triangle deck profiles haven't said enough. We have 4, Coralberry Squire. He's the Generation Break 10k unit for the clan. We have 4 Budding Maiden Diane, or Diane. I say things weird. Whoa, I need to check something real quick, because I have only 3 of her here. Oh, yeah, I only run 3, I only run 3 of her, because I run 2 of her. I'm smart, excuse me, people. But yeah, I run 3 Budding Maiden Dianes, because I run an extra one of Oz. She's a generic 8k. And then I run 2 of these. These are supposed to be Musketeer Susanna, the Lemonade clone for the Nectars. Unfortunately, I don't have extra Susannes. They're in a deck which will be my next deck profile. Because that deck's going to be dead at the end of this month. I'll get to that in another video. To explain another thing. But this is basically the 10k Generation Break 1 booster for the clan. Gardener Elf. But yeah, this is technically supposed to be Susanna. On to grade 2s, I run 3 Blossoming Maiden Cela, however they're gonna pronounce her name. I don't know. I say Cela. She's just a generic 10k vanilla for the trial deck. For Grace Knight, he is the generic Generation Break 1 12k attacker. Let you get a good look at him. And then for Maiden of Gladiolus, 2 of which are hollow. She's the hollow grade 2 for it. Her skill is also really good and is part of the reason why I run an extra Susanna, an extra Oz, but not the main reason why I run an extra Oz. Her skill, Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1, when this unit attacks a Vanguard. If this unit is boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your other rear guards, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that unit, call to rear guard circle, shuffle your deck. That is a very good skill. Now, this is where the deck is gonna differ slightly, because I'm not running the generic I'm not running either of the 10Ks from the trial deck, and technically I shouldn't be running this card either, but I hate running 10K vanillas in my deck. So yeah, and I don't have the Break Ride, and I don't have any more of her reverse. I run 4 Maiden of Venus Trap Muse. Maiden of Venus Trap Muse. She was a promo card for BT14's pre-release, and her skill is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, limit break 4. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the counterblast 1. You may pay the cost. If you do, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Search for up to one. Search up to 1 card. Put a card with the same name as a Neo Nectar in your Vanguard or rearguard circle from among them. Call it to rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. And then her other skill is counterblast 1 to get plus 2k. She's really mostly here just so I have an 11k Vanguard so I don't get abused. Otherwise I'd be running her reverse version, but unfortunately I don't have enough of that. Because the reverse version is technically a little bit better than her. But, nevertheless, she's here also for Stride Fodder. Of course, getting onto the main grade 3 of the deck, and the reason I run 2 Oz's. How the hell do you say her name? Ranunculus Flower Maiden Ahsha. I run her at 4. She's the Heartbreaker for the clan. Skills. Generation Break 2. All of your units, continuous. All of your units get continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle. During your turn, if you have... I have to pull this up because it's in red and it's hard to read. During your turn, if you have a unit with the same card name as a unit on your Vanguard Circle or your Rearguard Circle, this unit gets power plus 5,000. Now, when it says this unit, obviously it's because she's giving a skill to all the units, so it means the unit that has the skill. So, when her Generation Break 2 skill is active, herself and all the rear guards gain that skill. So basically, if you have a full back row of the same units and your 2 front row are the same units, with the exception of her, unless your 2 front row units are Ahsha's, all columns but the center column are getting plus 10k, with the center column getting plus 5k, unless your 2 rear guards are Ahsha's, meaning all columns are getting an extra plus 10k. This thing's really, really good. Now, her Heartbreak skill, which is finally explaining the reason why I run 2 Oz's, is counterblast 1. During your turn, when your G unit performs Stride, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that unit, call it to rear guard circle, shuffle your deck, and until the end of this turn, it gets power plus 2,000. So basically, if I'm in a situation where I'm forced to only have her on rear guard circle, because like say I'm playing against Link Joker or let's say Narukami, which would pop which would pop my units, or Perditions, which would pop straight columns, and she hasn't gotten touched somehow. I can use her Heartbreak skill to search my deck for an extra copy of her to call out to rearguard circle. Now, getting onto G units, which again I use the same backings because I have a fuck ton of these. We have Flower Princess of Spring's Arborea. Her skill, when this unit attack is a Vanguard, choose one of your rear guards, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as that unit. Call to rear guard circle, shuffle your deck, and until the end of the turn that unit gets power plus The unit called with the effect gets power plus 2,000. So basically, swing, hits, call something out, get plus 2k. It's a decent skill, not that bad, but it's not her skill that makes the deck, it's overall the engine of this deck, which is freaking amazing. I'll say it right now, this deck beats Gear Chronicle because of just how much everything works together, whereas Gear Chronicle is just right now straight generic, pretty much. Until its G-Break stuff comes out, it doesn't really have much to back it up. So yeah, getting on to what I was explaining in my last video real quick for those who did watch it. Just so you know, her skill says, while yes, her skill says continuous, all units gain that effect. Remember the fact that her skill is a continuous that gives a continuous effect. Continuous effects work as followed. As long as the unit remains on the field, the effect is active. And the conditions are met, the effect is active. Meaning, if she were to leave the field by becoming a heart, that continuous effect is no longer active. Meaning, all the rearguards lose the effect that they were given by Ahsha's skill. It works just like with Altamile. If Altamile is no longer on board, all the other rearguards lose plus 5k power. If she's no longer on board, all units that have a clone of themselves on board don't. Even if a unit has a clone of itself on board, they don't gain plus 5k. Just remember that, people. Continuous skills have to have their conditions fully met, and the card has to be on board. G units do not gain their heart's skills. Alright, so I've explained enough. I'm going to end this video here before I go crazy. Overall, like I've said, this deck is freaking awesome. It's very powerful. Its engine is really good. On its own, you can just buy 2 of the trial decks. You don't even have to do the modification I did of adding in a different thing. Even with the previous one, it was still okay. I just prefer an 11K body because I'm weird like that. Can't see Oz. So, if you just want to get 2 of the Nectar G trial decks, go right ahead. Alone, the deck is very powerful. Nothing else in the deck besides me wanting to add in 2 Susannas and me adding in the 4 Muse. None of the cards are from anything else but the G trial deck. So, yeah. This is Cardfight Destiny saying out, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.